Hi there, it's Tori and Dr. Andrea Shanowski, and today for Wellness Wednesday we are going to be sharing with you some of our favorite fall recipes. So one of our first recipes we're going to be making is apple chips. So we're going to take some of the apples we got from Chris Orchard, we're going to make them into slices and put some cinnamon on it, and we are going to dehydrate those. If you don't have a dehydrator, you will be able to use an oven for that. We're also going to be doing, for lunch today, we have apple cinnamon pork burgers that we are going to put some apple cider BBQ sauce on. And then we're going to be making some gluten-free pumpkin cookies with a maple syrup glaze. So tune in and we will share those recipes with you. Alright, at that time of year, we have the pumpkin spice crew and the apple pie gurus as well. So, Miss Tori, what do you think? If we're going to do a battle today, who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be the pumpkin spice guys or the apples guys?
Apple.
Alright, let's see the fight. Make them fight. Ooh, careful. Alright, pumpkin versus apple. Well, it doesn't matter which one you want. We're doing both today. So for our apple chips, we started by cutting up an apple into thin slices, and then Miss Tori is going to help me core it. So we're going to take this, and we didn't really have a core, so we're just going to use a like a pastry tip, and we are going to press down to get the middle out.
Move the seeds out.
So first thing we're going to do is we are going to open up our pork sausage. We're going to put that inside of a mixing bowl. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to chop up our apple. Now typically with the apples I like to slice off the bottoms and the sides. Now sometimes when you pick apples from the orchard they're not perfect, which means the core is not in the center. So what I like to do is kind of just trim out the edges. And then I slice these up in little tiny chunks. You want to add about half a cup to your recipe. So usually one small apple will be about perfect for the amount that you're going to use. And then we're going to save the rest of these apples for our apple chips. Alright, we've got our apples chopped up inside of our pork. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take our cinnamon. I usually add about half a teaspoon, which is about 2 shakes I've found of my little glass jars here. And then for the sage, you want to add a little bit more. So I usually do about a teaspoon of the sage. And then I'm going to put some seasoning salts. And you would probably want to do anywhere from half to a whole teaspoon, depending on how much salty and how much you like your burgers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mix this up, make it into burger patties, and throw it on the grill. So we'll check in after that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright. Show me how you salt and pepper them. Alright, and she's going to mix up the pumpkin and the 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we let it sit there for about 2 minutes to react together before we mix it with the rest of our ingredients. Okay, so for the gluten-free pumpkin cookies, we creamed together half a cup of butter. If you are dairy-free, you can use Smart Balance instead, along with 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 cups of gluten-free flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. So basically like pumpkin pie spice we mixed in there. And then we have our pumpkin settling with our baking soda so it can react together. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're going to mix those together. Please don't spin that. That's like an accident waiting to happen. So I'm gonna lift this up and then you can spoon it in. So spoon, spoon, spoon.
Spoon that all in.
And then we're gonna use our mixer to mix it all up and put our cookies together.
Spoon, spoon, spoon. Spooning you all up. Oh. Spooning you all up. Spooning you all up.
Tori's got a nice song she made up for exactly this occasion.
Spoon it up, spoon it up.
Oh. Make sure you get it in the bowl.